Hey everyone, it's Mary Beth, and I just wanted to come back and finish this cake off that we've been working on. We've already cut it and prepared it for decorating, and then we put the crumb coat on, and while we were away I frosted the cake with icing using the same kind of technique that we used for putting it on with the crumb coat. And I just wanted to show you how to smooth it out. Now, basically I put, like with the crumb coat, but I put it in the fridge like 2 more times. So we get like 2 layers of the coating where you make it nice and smooth, put it in the fridge, let it set. That's the fast way to do it. Or you can leave it out on the counter until it becomes so, like, if you touch it, it doesn't stick to your fingers. And then you just keep putting layers on and smoothing them out. And now this is the final layer. And so you go around the cake, which I've actually already done, but for you, but I'm going to show you in this little area here how to do it. So you're just going to go around and smooth it on. You can see you just push with a lot of pressure there and smooth it. It's just a pushing and a smoothing, and you know, you just really need one of these kind of little spatulas in order to do it. This is very key to getting your cake smooth. I really do not recommend trying to improvise on the spatula part of the deal here, because it's a very important tool. You don't always need the right tools. I've improvised plenty of times, believe me. But this particular tool is just very important. As soon as I finally got one of these, that's when I finally learned how to really decorate a cake. I mean, just having the tools made all the difference. So you can see on the bottom, it's getting a little bumpy. So we want to take a little bit of icing and just spread that around on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to spread that through. Now this last time, we're not going to put it in the fridge. We're just going to keep it out. And we got some on top to put on. And just the last layer on top. And if I have any that's like sticking off the edges or like a bumpy edge, I just pull it in towards the center. So you pull it in towards the center if it's bumpy on the edges. See, like there's a little bumpiness going on here. So you just, you know, go along the edge and then pull it in towards the center. Okay, and now I try to make this as smooth as possible. Yeah, I'm getting a little bumpy here. So you just want to move it and press it and smooth it. Okay. Now the trick to getting it actually super smooth where it looks like fondant is using a glass of water. Warm water works the best, although I have, you know, if it cools down, you don't need to panic. It usually works the same. And then you just sort of work with it like almost like you're working with clay or cement, and you just run your spatula over that. Just smoothing it and making it look nice. It will look nice and clean, a smooth line. Oops, see, I messed that up. Don't panic, it's okay. It is fixable. You just keep doing the same thing. And so that little bump I made, we're going to smooth that out. I'm sorry for the bad lighting and everything. It's not a videographer here. I'm learning at the same time as I'm teaching. Okay, so then on the top, you do the same thing. You just go around. I go around the edge first, and then keep pulling in if there's any that's like sticking up, and just go over. Now this is a small spatula. A lot of times when you use the spatulas, like this part will sometimes scrape the top. You just want to go over that. But there are bigger spatulas, and there's also the spatulas that come down and are angled, which I prefer. But this is a small cake, and this is my smaller spatula, and so I don't think it's going to be a problem. As you can see, it's working nicely. So you just want to even that out. And there you have a nice smooth cake that looks like fondant is on covering it, but it's really buttercream, and it will taste so much better. And I'm actually going to show you now. At this point you could put now you can see some crumbs and stuff on there. If I was selling a cake, or making it to put out at a party or something, I would probably put some more frosting on that just to cover it, and just do the same thing. Put another layer for icing, and then cover that up, and then smooth over it with some water to make it smooth again. So like that. I mean, it's just whatever you're looking to do. But a lot of times we're going to be putting some kind of design on it, or covering it with fondant, or putting some fondant decorations or something like that on it. So, well, I don't have one here. But anyway, tomorrow I'm going to show you how to cover a circular cake with fondant. But you can do anything you want with this, and it's just up to you. If there's little pieces of crumbs or something else you don't like, then you can have full liberty to fix it, or leave it, or whatever you want to do. But this is exactly how you can get it nice and smooth. It comes out great, and it tastes great, and nobody's peeling anything off of your cake. So if you have any questions, just comment on this video, and I'll be happy to help you. Until then, look forward to seeing the video on how to cover a round cake with fondant, if you need to. Sometimes you can only get the look with fondant, and you have to cover the cake. But I really prefer to use this method, and it tastes great, it looks great, and people are always just really excited that it's buttercream and not fondant. So I hope it's helpful. Thanks.